Gamers, welcome back to another Wednesday night stream. It's me, your boy, JTV Live. Still very sleepy, still struggling with some insomnia issues, but we're back and we're playing some Planet Coaster 2. It's probably going to be a little simple tonight. As I said, I'm not really, my brain's not in like the most creative spirit. So we may be switching to GeoGuessr at some point if my brain just like completely shuts down. I know that seems like an oxymoron, but it works. But for now, the current plan is we've got a lot of rock work to do and a lot of buildings to build. So we're going to keep working on our pumpkin patch park. You can see I got it here. Yesterday, we went and started working on this water park area. So we've got this lazy river that goes around the whole thing. And then we've got a couple of the essential buildings. So like food and drink, and then some locker rooms and an info booth as well. But you'll notice that there's no building here because I didn't like the building that was here. And I thought we could do better. We can definitely do better. So I just deleted the building. And so the first thing we need to do is we're going to work on this a bit. So I have over here on my, or I had, I don't know why I closed the tab, probably because I'm stupid. But I have an image of like an old style mill. And I think we're going to kind of do that. Open image in new tab. Cool. So I'll just show you guys what I'm using as a reference. So I'm thinking something like this. If I can go up. Something like this and have the mill part in the lazy river or like next to the lazy river. I feel like that's pretty standard. You kind of see that in a lot of places. So open image new tab. Keep it up. Thank you. All right. So getting the shape, first and foremost, we're going to need wood. So we're going to go to base material. I'm also going to hit pause. That way we get some music kicking in. But base material, we want it to be wood. Hopefully we get some music kicking in. I don't like the dead silence. Let's see. Does this work for what I want? No, I think we need the Old West style. Yeah, like the paneling. This. I'm not crazy about the color. It's the color we have over here, and I think it works over here. I need to change this back. Excuse me. Goodness. It works over here, but I think it needs to be a little less saturated. So let me just place it so I can keep an eye on it. Manual. I think something like right there. I think this should be about right. So we'll plop that. Just go all the way around with this. Easy. And then we'll come back here and just fill this up. And this will give us the basic shape of the mill house. Sorry, my brain got stuck thinking about The Simpsons for a second. The Simpsons and current pertinent internet drama. Let's see. Throw that there. Okay. That works. So that can be the main building. So now I'm going to do this. We're going to bring it up an extra level like this. Then I'm going to do something real quick. Maybe this will help us. Well, not help me, but at least... no, because then it's just going to disappear when I click. Alright. I was thinking maybe there's a way I can keep it on screen. There is, but it would be way too involved to be worth it. That. Okay. This. Then once we get the basic shape down, we'll go in and start adding the details that will make it look more mill-like. Like this. Okay. Easy. So now I think it'll be about like this. Nope. Nope. And we grab the middle part, which is going to be this one. It's too high. There we go. Easy. Super easy. And then now for the roof, it's just going to be the simple... Maybe this? Yeah. Go. There we go. There we go. We come here. Nope. Okay. Got the basic shape. So now we take this guy. We just do this. And we'll bring supports down for that, I think. We want this to come out more? I think I do. Nice. So now we've got that. These are the only... There's that. That doesn't... That's more of a windmill. So... We may have to... Ah. We may have to... kind of... invent this. Okay. Put that there. So right now, it's not really doing anything. So we have it here. Oh, this should be a door. We can fix that later. So we've got that there. And then now, let's see. I think if I go to here. Oh, get rid of the filter. Here we go. What's up, One Shot? How's my favorite spam poster doing? Hope your Wednesday's going well. I didn't read your message before I spoke, and I didn't realize I said literally exactly what you said. Great minds think alike, I guess. Let's see. No, that's not quite what I want. This, but bigger. Could be a little off center. No, it can't. Okay. So this is how we're going to center it up. Ready? So this is a trick that I learned. This is a little Planet Coaster tip for you guys out there. So if we turn the symmetry to rotational and then just make all of them and then kind of move it around until they all kind of coalesce, like right there. Now that should be in the middle. Yep. Yeah, I can't see it moving in a weird way. Okay. So now, do this. And we do the same thing. Symmetry type, rotational. Maybe just two. And then, boom. Look at that. And is that... Yep, that's moving the right way. Look at that, gamers. That's how you do it. And then now we can add some spice to it. All right. Now we got to add some flavor. So we're going to go into scenery. Sorry, I was making sure I had the building and not the... Oh, wait. I just realized something. Loop. Nope. Slow reverse. Yeah. So now we go here, we go into the water effects, and I want water sprinkler, waterfall splash. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, I wonder how this will look. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. This is either going to be epic or it's going to look really, really, really dumb. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit too much, I would say. I have played City Skylines too. I'm not a huge fan. I really, really like City Skylines 1. And there's a lot of things I do like about City Skylines 2. But overall, not the biggest fan. Oh, that. Make here. There we go. All right, and then need the rapids, which I believe. Yeah, this is what we want. This like right here. Then this like directional push. Yeah. That adds some nice flavor. And then now we need to add the protection. Always use protection. That's very important. It's a lesson for all of us. We don't want this mill to have an unplayed. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Never mind. We'll end that bit right there. We'll just nip that in the bud. What's up, JP? Welcome back. Great time to join. Okay. All right. Oh, nice. Good end of day report. And now we need to go into the roofing tiles and we need to make an eave. We've got most of the infrastructure set, which is good. Oh, one shot brought it up, asked if I had played it. So that's why. Down here. Where? Nope. Nope. This one. Yep. And this. Epic. Okay. That's all. It's mainly good as far as like the main uh shape goes. I don't know why I couldn't find that word. This. Here. Make sure we use the same color wood just for palette consistency. Nice. All right, so we've got that all figured out. So now it's about decorating. So the first thing we need are windows and doors. I'm gonna switch to the Western theme. Alright, which of these looks the most mill-esque? Probably this guy. Windows. Like here. Yeah. We're gonna need a lantern. We're gonna find, yeah, this is what I want. I'm just gonna throw this here. And got new characters for your game? Nice. Just did a redesign? Congratulations. Redesigns are always fun. Now we grab this, we bring it here. Okay, so now... Oh, there's a specific piece I want to use. And it's this guy. What are these? Viking jetty. Okay, so they're jetty pieces. Interesting. I just like the shape of them, and I think they'll fit for what I want to do over here. So, jetty. These guys. This guy. Yeah. Yeah. Throw it. Right. Here. More like right here. And then another one. Right here. Throw it right here. Okay, now this is gonna be where the issue arises. Because over there, they could just have it flip. We can't really have it flip over here. Okay, so... What can we do about this? What can we do about this? That's not really gonna work. What beams? What kind of beams? Still too long. I can already tell. Sky would work. It's just about getting it the right color, so that way it looks like the same wood type. Also, that still feels... Is this the shortest one? Yeah, it is. Damn. I hate having to do the 50%, but kind of have to, unfortunately. Right. Boom. Then. Let's grab these again. We just need to push them this way. Here. Then now we just duplicate it. Do a full verse. I'll read chat in a second. Hold on. I gotta... Let me just finish up this. Nice. I don't like it. I hate it. Brand new Fast and Furious test. Yeah, I've been seeing some of that. That's gonna be cool. I do hope they do a replacement for Rip Ride Rocket. Although I would like to see something different, personally. Those planks that the Viking theme has could work. They're too big. That was the problem I ran into. They're too long. It's the same color and it looks good. It does look good. It's just, it's the size. Which has always been my issue. Let's be real. Yeah. Yeah. I deserve that. Yup. Deserved. I think we'll just use these ones. And obviously just change the color. Also, this one needs to be bigger. Yeah. Here. That looks about right. Sure. And then, sure. That's as high as it can go. Okay, and we just move this over here. Then we just move this over here. Okay. I like that more. We're getting closer. Now we just need to do this. Make it 125. Swap to the longer ones. That way we're using less pieces. Bring it up to here. Bring it here. Not quite here. Bring it here. Then bring it here. Bring it here. Grab the short one again. Put it here. Then I need to get at the right angle so I can put it in the center. Nice. Look at that. Come over here. And then come over here. Okay. I'm happy-ish with that. I think it works for now. It could definitely be improved, I think. There's room to make sense. Oh my gosh, a lot of chat. Okay. Yep, always talking about UK. One of these days I'm gonna find out that One Shot is like a Universal Studios marketing bot, and I've just been like talking to them like they're a real person, when really there's some underpaid intern at Universal headquarters. Saw that short for about the train getting stuck on the top hat. Yeah, that was crazy. That was yeah, I still don't know how I did that. And I still think that was more impressive than if I had done the top hat right the first time. Um, that's fine for now. I'm definitely gonna change that between now and the next stream, but we can leave it for now, and let's move on to some windows. But actually, before we move on to windows, I've been chugging down this G Fuel, which I put in this Gamer Subs shaker, which is, you know, really touting my brand loyalty. But I'm going to use the restroom, so I will be right back. Uh-oh. One Shot realized I was catching on to the Universal marketing and started marketing competitor YouTube channels. How could you, One Shot? Anyway, welcome back, guys. Windows, that's what we were doing. Also, I, like, totally for a brief moment, like, completely forgot that I was streaming and was about to go to the store, so... That's how tired I am. Everything's peachy up here. Okay, I know these aren't centered. Don't worry, we're fixing it. Throw it in here. One shot. Stop shouting out other YouTube channels, especially when I can't verify them. Go up here. Yeah, this works. I just need to make the color right. I mean, I'm gonna be putting a sign here, so I'm trying to figure out. It still kind of feels. What is this? Okay, there we go. It still just kind of feels off. Let's go. One shot. What are we doing? What's going on? All right. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if the sign would look better below. I think it would look better above the windows. Shit. Okay, here's what it is. No sign. Do no sign. I think all that's good. But I do think we need some kind of trim. Some kind of something. Obviously change the color. I think that's gonna look good. Thinking. This might work. No, but that kind of adds too much of a Scandinavian vibe with the not work. It's too distinctly Viking, I think, to really work for what I'm... Maybe just leave it as is. What's up, Nosy? Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. What's my Halloween costume this year? I don't know. Right now, nothing. I had a wedding this past weekend. One of my friends was getting married, and I kind of like spent way too much money on like eating out and then also travel and stuff. So like I kind of need to not spend any more money. And so it would have to be something I could just scrounge together. And also like I'm not like doing anything or going anywhere. So it's kind of like what would be the point? But I do want to dress up for stream. So one idea I had was I could just go as Curtis Danko, but the problem is I don't think anybody nobody under the age of like 27 is gonna know who the fuck Curtis Danko is. So like I don't really know what would be the point of that. But like that costume would be pretty easy because I don't have the exact buttons from the movie. But he's like this character. It's like this goth guy. And so like I have a coat that could work. Or I could just go to Goodwill and buy a coat. And then I would just put like a bunch of safety pins on a tie and then some like buttons that I have from college. And I think that could work. But I don't know. I could also just do like the Old Faithful, which is just buy some black makeup from Spirit Halloween and then just paint my hands and my neck black and then put on like a white shirt and a red beanie and just be like, I'm Tyler Joseph from 21 Pilots. I think I've done that like 3 Halloweens before. A different version of Tyler Joseph each time, but like that ends up being like a pretty easy costume to do that most people will recognize. So yours is almost done. Just need to finish the mask. Nice. I used to go a bit more all out, but I'm at a point in my life where it's kind of like, all right, what do I want to do? Do I want to eat this month or do I want to dress up for Halloween? And eating this month is going to win that battle pretty much every time. There's not like a single instance in which eating this month is not going to win that battle. There are things I do value more than eating this month, but dressing up for Halloween is not one of them. As much as I would kind of like it to be, because I am a Halloween fan. Movies and holiday. The newest Joker with the mask variant? I think I know what you mean. Ooh, November 1st birthday? That's exciting. You're going as Apla? How do I spell? I wish I could help you, dude. I wish I could help you, JP. I honestly wish I could. Even if I knew the word you were trying to say, I would not be able to spell it. Almost certainly. Oh, the Plague Doctor. That I do know how to spell. You were close. You're missing a U. It's Plague. Plague. The Walking Phoenix Jokers. That one I don't think I could spell. Joaquin. It's like Jao. Keen. Where's the... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you spell plague. I could be like entirely wrong. That's a good costume, Newsy. Might have overdone it on the support structure here. But let me just make this longer. That's all we really need to do. Boom. Then we move this whole apparatus this way. Like right here. I see chat moving. I'll read it in a second. I need to focus on this for a brief second. I could be happy with that. Then we're just gonna do this little move. Just to add some more character back here. This. Throw it here. And it's toilet. They call it toilet. Which toilet sign? I wish there was a more Western coded one, but I guess this will work fine. Then I think I'm just gonna do this little move. Shit. Got the suit and dress shoes. Nice. On Halloween, I'm gonna get to my mom's help with the makeup and hair. Fun, fun. I don't know. I don't know if you could argue if he's the most crazy one. It kind of depends on your definition of crazy in that context. Maybe the most, like, legitimately, like, mentally insane. But, I mean, he probably did, like, the least amount of damage of any Joker, I would say. From my understanding. I also have, like, no dog in this fight whatsoever. Alright. I'm pretty happy with this. This looks old mill as fuck. Oh, I just thought of something else we can add to it. Hold on. This will also just hopefully add a little character. Shoot, that's probably bad. I need to actually add it to the building first. Yo, you guys... I didn't know Philomena Kunk live streamed. That's epic. I would totally watch a live Philomena Kunk interview. Maybe not these. We do need little, like, side panel windows here. These almost work. Emphasis on almost. Also, do I need to change the color of these beams? I feel like I kind of should. Maybe... I feel like... What did I add? Yeah, I feel like these windows... Specifically... We just make this the right green. Yeah. Perfect. And all of these. I bet I could just... And then... Rid of these. And then... What else? What do I still have? What's this thing that's bright orange? Huh? Oh. Yeah, what am I attached to? Where's that bright orange coming from in this color thing? Okay, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, it's not any of the lamps. Okay, who cares? Coming into here. That makes it the same color as the building. So if we take that and then darken it and desaturate it a bit. Right there. I think that works. Based. Now we've got a little mill. Look at that. It only took 1 hour. I do like the Incredible Hulk roller coaster. That is definitely a fun. I think that's probably one of B&M's better coasters. At least that I've been on. Why is the connection being weird over here? Yeah, let's do a draw. Right to here. And then to here. Okay. Oh. And then see, I don't know what that's about. Okay, we're just gonna do the original plan. Because we need more connections for this lazy river. Like, just in general. Okay, that works for me. And then we're gonna have this like that, probably. And like I said, I'll probably end up changing this connection here, because I think I want to have some slide runoffs here. So now let's get into one of the other parts of the title. We've done the building. So now we need to work on some rock work. So the first thing we need to do is we need to turn this lip into a waterfall. So what rocks do we want to use? Probably the custom color rocks. That way we just have like more of a control over the vibes. Okay. So I'm thinking start green, come greenish gray. Kind of like a limestone sort of deal. I think that works. All right. I'm thinking maybe not quite this. Maybe this. I don't want it quite as harsh as that, though. So maybe something more like this. It probably would have helped if we built this upper pool after doing the rock work. But live and learn. You know, what can you do? We could delete the pool and start over, but I think that's wildly unnecessary. All right, one shot. I'm gonna mute you if you're just gonna spam posts about Universal. As much as I love the Incredible Hulk coaster. We'll go just here. Okay, not quite like that. We do have people swimming down here, so this back wall should probably remain fairly flat. this. And throw it up. Alright, what did I say? I gave a fair warning. No one can say I'm not unfair. Alright. Also, that was a double negative. Nobody can say I'm unfair, is what I meant to say. Let's throw it here. There we go. We're getting there. This way it's not just the same repetitive pattern. Okay. Over here, I think this guy. Perfect. Have it come up. Just peeking up here. Cool. Cool. Okay, no. Oh my gosh, that shape, that contour almost perfectly lines up. Bringing it like here. And I do think it's mostly okay if we kind of dip into the pool up here. We'll just have to do some deleting. Although I did kind of like the infinity pool aspect, so I guess we'll just have to bring this out more. We'll have to make it smaller. That. Okay, more of these sort of flat table rocks. Forward. Bring it down. This way a bit more. Okay. And just bring this guy forward. Epic. One last little guy. Epic. So now we just need to kind of go in and fill up all these little gaps. Okay. Oops. Got one of those. Got another one of those. Got these. Then we've got one of these. Or maybe one of these. All right. Cool. I think that's a pretty convincing rock face. And you know what? Let's add some extra fun to the runoff of this slide here. Like this. Round. Too big. Yeah. Look at that. That's so much more fun now. So now we've got that all working. Ugh. We got to get the actual waterfall part. So I'm going to grab this and turn align to surface off. All right, waterfall top 10 meters. Okay. So I'm thinking like right here. And then waterfall middle. And then waterfall bottom. Then we just... Okay, I don't know why it's not... Okay, that was being weird. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me... I don't know why it's being weird with the multi-select. Hello? What the fuck? What? Why is this... Why won't it let me... Okay. Can I not select more than one of these? Am I not able to select these on multi-select? Oh. I had the multi-select filters on. That's why it was being weird. Alright, well now that we've figured... I'm glad I figured that out. So now we've got this waterfall. We can just... What's up, Mutsertima? How are you doing? I hope your Wednesday's going well. Oh, I don't know how to break this to you. This is a career mode park. This is not a career mode scenario. We are doing full sandbox mode on this. I just figured a farm slash pumpkin patch kind of themed theme park worked really well for October and November, the harvest months. So that's why we're doing this. So sorry to burst your bubble. I've thought about doing the career mode stuff on stream, but mainly, I don't know, I just way prefer the sandbox mode. There's a lot more creative freedom with it. The only time I really do career mode is just to unlock the maps. Alright. That's about right. Nice. I'd say that looks pretty good. So that's I think that's another little thing we can just knock off our checklist. So now we gotta essentially come over here and do the exact same thing. Then I'm essentially just gonna copy and paste this. Just move it right along. Got that working out now. And align the surface. More rocks. I mean, I warned you guys in the title. I told you this stream was gonna rock, and I was being quite intensely literal with that assessment. Here. And Friday stream's gonna be fun. We're back to Project Zomboid, doing our Walking Dead run. So that'll be exciting. Still haven't found the police station, but we will eventually. I'm confident in our chances. Or, wait, no, Friday's Halloween. I wanted to do something exciting for Halloween, but my brain's been so full with family coming to town, traveling, visiting people, work being busy, visiting my grandpa. Like, I have not had the spare brain capacity to try to, like, think of ideas. And also, like, the other issue, too, is, like, horror streams don't do super well. At least for me, in my experience. And I think part of that is just my stress response is just to get, like, quiet. So, like, I'm not an entertaining person to watch in duress. I am jumpy, so I do get hit by all the jump scares. But it's just 2 hours of stressed silence. Let's see. That's too big. Do it. Nice. I'm happy with that. I think that's pretty tight. So now we go to waterfall mode. We're going to turn align to surface off. Go to waterfall middle. Oh, that's tiny. like right here. Then right here. Boom. I think that works. And we'll do the same thing here. Probably not tonight, JP. But I will... again, I need to like come up with a content strategy for like viewer submissions. But I'm definitely too tired to say anything of substance or value tonight. That is for sure. Okay. That's another part done. Oops. I think this lazy river is going to end up being pretty pog. Well, the last thing I want to do is I want to make this a canyon. So we're going to go back to the rocks, but this time we're going to reset. We're going to keep the red. We're just going to desaturate it a bit. It's a bit much. Yeah. So we'll have it start here. This is the entrance to the canyon. And it's pretty much going to go all the way to here. And we'll have like something, probably like a way in or out here. And then also, I'm going to do this. We'll probably have a path here. Then, remember, we got to keep safety in mind. Probably to here. I'm just going to go ahead and get this shaped now. Boom. Nice. So that all comes together. And then now we have free reign to just... It's rock time. Essentially just gonna fill up space. That worked insanely well. Then essentially just gonna do walls all the way around. Which actually, unironically, this is gonna be the easiest way to do it. This will at least give us the wall structure we're looking for. Beast. We're coming here. Epic. Epic. Perfect. Okay. All right, already this looks really solid. I think we need to alternate between these rougher, skinny pieces and these wider, flatter pieces a bit more. Yeah, and it can have some odd shapes to it. Sure, the guests will be phasing through it, but in a real park, these would be solid objects, so I'm fine with that. I think that justifies it. Okay. This is looking pretty solid so far. And then once we add, like, trees and shapes, like other little things, I think here we can have, like, a little, not really a show scene per se, but like a little platform, and we can put, like, something here to kind of break up the rock work. This. And just like that. Perfect. Okay, we can fill in the gaps in the sight lines later. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right there. Right here. How close are we? Okay, a few more curves. We're getting there, gamers. This, unironically, this, like, tedious, repetitive stuff is, like, absolute torture for me. But it needs to be done. All right. Here. PogChamp. Easy. Boom. All right, that works for me. Like this. Okay. We're so close to being not done, because we still need to go in and do like varying things and then find a way to work it in with the rest of the water part. But we're almost done with like the basic outline here. The beat outline's almost done, and we'll be able to work on the final screenplay later. That in. Here. All right. Epic. Oh, we still have this other half. I'm like, oh, finally. Let's do a nice zoom out. And like, nope, not done yet. Okay. There we go. And that kind of fixes that. We also need to do just this little move. And make it look more flush. Epic. Now we come over here. I think we can move this a bit. Welcome back, One Shot. I hate to do it to you, but you know I had to. I said no more universal spam posting. We stand being excited, but there's definitely a limit to it, an excitement limit. I mean, luckily, it's not like there's been much to comment over in the interim. Thank you, dude. It's yeah, it's I will say, speaking of the amazing rock work, I mean a lot of credit goes to the devs. The way the rocks blend in this game is super, super good. Like it hides the seams super well. Which makes doing like these big complicated rock work projects a lot easier. I don't have to quite care as much about what's the word? Lining things up. I can kind of just throw things around and it'll still look pretty good. Last one. Boom. Look at that. We got a full canyon here, gamers. Now that that's all done, now we just go in and we kind of like fill in these gaps and add some like height variance and stuff. And like maybe some arches. Just essentially add some texture to the actual canyon. Can this cross over? Ooh, barely. Can if we do this. Throw that there. Hell yeah. This has gotta be one of the coolest lazy rivers of all time. Tell me it isn't. You can't. Because if you would be lying. And that's lying's a sin, so don't lie. It looks amazing. Okay, I don't even know if that really even fits there, but who cares? Can this fit here? I think it can. Yeah, and that just adds some extra shape to it. And essentially what I'm just trying to do is hide like this, how flat the edges up here. Like how flat and uniform the upper edge is. Essentially want to balance that out and make it less so epic. I think maybe starting from over here. more height to this. Bam. Okay. So that all looks good. Then okay, I know that looks like shit now, but I'm essentially just getting the shape. Uh, uh, delete that. And then this guy I'm gonna replace with one of these. Shit. One of these. Delete it. This guy I'm gonna delete with one of these, or replace with one of these. Delete that. Replace him with a tinier one of these. Is there any way to, if we did this? Him. Just him. And then move him right here, but I want it bigger. All right. That's pretty hype. And then that looks like an entrance to a canyon. This all looks fine. I think the rest of it's kind of good to stay as is. Definitely more rock work around here. I think this is the only real area that, like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, this needs something extra. Go. Bam. There we go. No. There we go. All right. What else? I think that's really all there is to do with this. Which means that really all we need to do, or the only thing left to do is this little move. This little move. Then this little move. Epic. Now look at that. We've got a whole little apparatus now. Now the only thing we really need is to build something over here. The only problem with building something over here is how do we get the path over there? I'm thinking maybe we build a path from whatever we build up here. Build a path down here. Because the thing is, we can't have it be like the only way to get back to the rest of the park is to go through the lazy river. Because I don't think the guest AI is going to appreciate that very much. But as far as exit points, I think one more exit point here, and we might just end up continuing this all the way. But I think one more exit point here, and then some exit points on this side. Which I have assigned here to put a flat right here. That's just like a reminder for myself. But I think that is pretty good as far as most of it goes. We've done a lot, actually. We've got this rockwork all finished. I've gotten this building finished, and it looks way nicer than it did. Fits this area way better than the one that was here before. And we also built this whole ass canyon, which I actually think it's only right. Let's plop ourselves in, and let's see how it feels to go through the canyon. This is the guest perspective. This is a lazy river ride through. And I think I'm going to add like fountains and stuff. Maybe some animatronics to different parts of the lazy river. Just to make it a bit more themed than like your typical one. And I'll add something here to look at. But it definitely feels like a river going through a canyon. I'll probably add also some like water effects just to make like some rapids and stuff. The only problem is that you're able to see that in the pool, but that's not the end of the world. Look at that. A lovely little walkthrough. And also, I love parts of theme parks that are like this, where you're just like surrounded. Anyway, I think that's a very good stopping point. We've done a lot. This theme park is really coming along. I actually am fairly confident that we might actually be able to finish this by the time Christmas rolls around. I don't know if they're going to be doing a Christmas update or anything like that when the Christmas holiday season does finally roll around. But if they do that, then maybe we'll do a Christmas park. But anyway, that's going to be all for tonight, gamers. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I will be back Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with either Project Zomboid or something a bit more Halloween themed. I don't really know, but I'll definitely be live. I'll definitely be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You're definitely gonna want to come check that out. And the best way to make sure you don't miss any of the streams is, of course, to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I go live and every time I upload a new video. I'm live 4 times a week on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I post a new video every Monday. This upcoming Monday is going to be Zomboid Van Life Part 2. Definitely check that out. Make sure you like the streams, like the videos. Helps them do well in the algorithm. Helps them get seen by more people. Helps the channel grow. And I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you guys have a wonderful Halloween. If I'm not able to see you guys before then, or if you guys have plans, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. And I'll catch you guys all on the next stream. Stay sponge, gamers.